Without further ado, your host, Greg Johnson. Woo!
Yes, let me bask in that. Let me gaze upon you guys. Thank you so much. Welcome to Thursday Brooklyn Comedy. My name is Greg Johnson. I loved that intro. That was huge for me. There are gonna be some bodies in here soon. You guys do not count. Just kidding, you do, because you're the crowd tonight. You guys, all the bodies, give it up for yourselves, please. Hang out. Don't mind the cameras, don't mind me, don't mind any of the comics. We have an awesome lineup tonight, though. This is a really great thing. And, you know, I was at home looking in my fridge, and sure enough, my fridge is empty. There's only AAA batteries and baking powder. What am I gonna do with AAA batteries and baking powder? I'm not gonna eat AAA batteries and baking powder out of the fridge for dinner, all right? I'm not 13 anymore, guys. Yeah. I got a friend, he said, you can make crack, bro. You can make crack with that. He's from Staten. I go from Staten. Yeah, a couple people. About 50% of the rooms from Staten, that's nice. Always a good Splitty night when 50% of the rooms from Staten. I got a friend from Staten, he goes, bro, you can make crack with that. You just need Pyrex, the baking powder, and some Coke. Listen, I've never even seen Coke. It shocks my friends when I tell them that. I'm like, I've never done Coke, I've never even seen it. They're like, bro, you've never seen Coke? What does it say about me that it shocks them that I've never even touched Coke? I'm just not a Coke guy. You remember Dare? I had Dare in the 5th grade. You guys ever have that? Yeah, I was like, just say no. Just say no to drugs, guys. I was like, yeah, no. I'm 8. I'm not getting offered any doobies at recess. Like, I'm not being offered any meth by the bubbler. Bubbler fans in the house tonight? Yeah. They're like, just say no, guys. I thought I was gonna get beaten up to take drugs. Just say no. They were grossly overestimating my social life at the time when I was 7 years old. Kind of felt the same way I did in 1991 when Magic Johnson got diagnosed with the HIV virus. And every adult I knew was like, if it can happen to Magic, it can happen to anyone. I was like, no, yeah, I'm 9. I'm this many. Maybe talk to me if I'm ever the point guard for the Showtime Los Angeles Lakers. And I'm being offered 5 ways on the road. I think my risk level might go up a little bit at that point. I'm not a doctor. I'm 9 years old in this joke. Talk to me if I'm ever the most valuable player in the National Basketball Association. And everyone everywhere is calling me Magic Johnson. So good. You guys, thank you very much for being here. We have an awesome lineup. Just laugh your asses off. I'm gonna bring your first comedian to the stage right now. Thank you very much. I'll be back and forth doing traffic cop / pump up. I'll be like, yo, 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 yo. Coming to the stage, please give him a big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to introduce Dracula! Ladies and gentlemen, please bring to the stage right now. Give him a big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, Dracula! Happy to have him here at Splitty. Ladies and gentlemen, Dracula. Everybody, give him a big round of applause. Let him know. Ladies and gentlemen, Dracula. Your headliner tonight. Dracula!
I am the great unclean. I am the Prince of Darkness. I am Count Dracula. Boss boy, I need my chant. I need my chant. I have roamed this wicked earth for centuries. Grieving over the loss of my beloved Mina. And in my time spent on this wretched planet, I have never performed stand-up comedy until tonight. We have a young crowd in here. What are you, 30s? I am 900 years old. I just flew in from Transylvania. And boy, are my wings tired! have beef with Bruce Wayne. I am the original Batman! I do not like red meat, especially steaks! They are bad for my heart. I was walking around Clinton Hill and I went to your Smoothie King. The girl behind the counter said, "What's your favorite flavor?" And I said, "Type O." For my next bit, I need a volunteer. The girl who was harassed by the man in wig. Join me on this stage. What is your name?
Tanisha.
Mina? Did she say Mina? Just like my long lost love. Mina, turn and face the audience. Turn and face the audience. And stay put. Follow my lead. If you're happy, close your eyes. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Close your eyes. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. You idiot! Sit your ass down! What did you expect? Count Dracula! What did I give a head for that goober? It seems I am getting the light. I hope it's not sunlight! Or garlic! Or a casket! I have been Count Dracula.
That was a pleasure and an honor. Give it up for Dracula. Thank you very much, Dracula. One more time. Let him know, everybody. Love that, dude. This next comedian is amazing. She's been on Conan O'Brien and a bunch of other things. We're very happy to have her here. Please give her a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Aparna Nancherla. Thank you, Aparna.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Well, I hate to start my set off with a brag, but I'm gonna do it I have some big personal news on the personal front. I surprised my boyfriend last night by letting him know I've been calling him my boyfriend. So it's kind of a big step for us in our future together. He is a plant, so he's pretty dependent on me, but I like to think of him as like a strong, silent type, you know? Like I've almost killed him several times and he says nothing. He just takes it like a man. And he reminds me to drink more water, so it's like a give and take. I feel good about our future together. No, that's that's actually a joke. I might do a couple of those. I am recently still single. Thank you. Feel the waves of fulfillment coming off of me. I don't mind being single. I'm very busy leaning in, you know. It takes up a lot of time. It's hard to meet people when you're that close to the ground. I'm very good. Very good. But sometimes, this is a pet peeve I have. Sometimes as a single person in the city, you get stuck walking behind couples on the sidewalk, and you try to get around them, but then you can't because their love is so strong. And then you're just caught walking in the credits of their movie. And then you just have to follow them home and become their child. It's a real hassle. I had plans. I had big plans. I had to water my boyfriend. I had a big night. I had a big night ahead. No, I have been following the signs in the universe, which is mainly that my friend's HBO Go password stopped working. So I am online dating again. I gotta find a new host for my shows, but I don't know, like I decided to try the online thing because meeting people in real life is too hard. Like if I walk into a bar, the main vibe I'm putting out there is kind of like, are you my mother? Like that's my gift to the universe. Thank you for acknowledging it. So I was like, I will try the internet, you know? Like that has bad odds, so I got a good shot. And so I joined that website, OK Cupid. Yeah, I wasn't brave enough for Tinder. I don't know. I don't like that site because it feels like it's too close to home. Like it feels like the person is right behind you. You're like, don't swipe me. Where are you? But anyway, I wanted to share a few messages I've gotten on the site. I feel like it is my job as a citizen to share these. And if you're in a relationship right now, you can be like, oh, better get out, market's hot. Everybody's on there. I want a piece of the pie. Okay, here's the first one. Hi, we should meet up. We are both Indian and live in NYC. That is a good reason to meet up. Whoa! Slow down with the charm, buddy. You're like a poet of census information. Getting me all cold and bothered. Mostly bothered. Okay, here's the next one. Very funny lady. We should create a show together. Okay, slow down, LinkedIn. You know, this isn't a networking site. But I was like, well, this guy does have goals. Let's see what he has to say. And then he writes, also, I like your orgasmic eyes. What? I thought we were in a business meeting. Also, orgasmic eyes, I feel like that adjective is a compliment, but can we keep that word away from my face? Like, what about my knees? Or near my feet? Or a trash can in a third location? And then he ends strong with, do you like Slurpees? Aside from the probable racism, There's always a satellite delay on that. People are like, oh, we just thought he was random. But he's also a monster, so consider that. Take that into account before you marry him. You guys know what negging is? Negging? Okay, great, that's enough. If you don't know what it is, it's basically like when you insult someone, usually a woman, in order to confuse her into liking you. So like if you told a girl she had a weird mouth, she'd be like, I do have a weird mouth. Ooh, what are you about? Like that is how a neg is supposed to work. It's supposed to be like, I feel terrible, hold me, you know? But anyway, I just want to assure you they're a real thing. You too could be a lucky winner. Here are just a couple of those I've gotten. First one, hey, you look batshit crazy with those wild staring eyes. I was like, oh, I thought they were orgasmic, you know? Quickly things change. Also, I have a pretty normal profile picture, but I like that this guy was just like, nope, that's a National Geographic cover if I ever saw one. Pretty sure that was June's feature on Spinsters Gone Wild. A must read. This one's kind of weird. Have you ever fantasized about a younger guy? What? Am I 85 now? I was like, your photo better be an ultrasound image. I'm not going to accept the implications of what you're saying. Then he adds, you might be out of reach, but not from the imagination. I'm like, oh, so you're in jail. It's probably not going to work out. Probably not going to work out. This one needs no intro. Hi, I like hairy Indian women. You look nice. Finally, someone who sees me for me. He said he wasn't out there. And I did want to share also the best OK Cupid message I've ever gotten. I had to draw it. You'll see why. Okay, here it is. Hi there. Hi there, frowny face. Short to the point. He knows what he wants. He knows what he doesn't want. But then he clarified just seconds later with this. I mean, smiley face. Oh, yeah, nice save, bro. For a second, I thought you hated me. So glad we cleared that up. I sat with that for a few seconds or days, as you would, and I came to the conclusion that this is actually a perfect metaphor for dating online. If you think about it, it's like, it's great. It's like, hi there, hey, how's it going? This is literally the worst thing I've ever done in my entire life. To put up a forced, cropped, candid photo of myself, probably taken, let's be honest, 5 to 7 years ago. And a couple of hobbies and bands to seem both interesting and mysterious at the same time. All the while knowing that if not immediately, then, you know, after like 2.3 dates, or hey, if we're lucky, like 17 years down the line, we'll inevitably disappoint each other when we face the fact we knew all along, we're all essentially alone. I mean, yay! Let's go on a tapas Groupon! We're having fun! YOLO, it's a free site! Anyway, you know, pretty deep message. Like, clearly this guy had layers, and you know, I totally would have written him back, but he also had weird bangs. I was like, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that in my life. I've been traveling more for comedy. It's exciting. I took the subway here. I feel like that counts. I changed lines. I really grew as a person. I don't know, like, it's kind of cool. Comedy has taken me to some places I've never been in the past year. Like I went to Dubai for the first time. Has anyone been to Dubai? Is anyone there right now? Great. If you haven't been, to me, it feels like what happens when a space station and a shopping mall love each other very, very much. Like that's how you make a Dubai if you wanted your own. But I was just passing through there. I was going to Australia to do a couple comedy shows, and Australia's the farthest I've ever traveled for anything. Like, the plane ride to get there was so long that halfway through, I just started putting my hand up to the window and thinking about the life I left behind. Like, I just went into PBS documentary immigrant mode. And I was just like, Papa! I don't even know a Papa. Like, grabbed this woman's baby and was just like, the fever will pass! We're really committed. It was kind of her fault for having her baby out. You know? Pretty sure you're supposed to store them in the overhead bin for international flights. When I was going to Australia, you go through customs, you fill out a little card to explain why you're there, and they have a line to put your occupation down. I put comedian like a dummy. Because then when I was going in, the customs official looked at it, and then he looked at me, and he was just like, you're a comedian? I was like, great, my first heckle, I'm not even in the country. This is going so well. And then I didn't know what to say. Like, I didn't even know what day it was at that point, so I was just like, yeah, I guess I am. Like, we were both disappointed. I was like, that is my handwriting. Facts are facts. I live in New York right now. Any New York heads in the house? Great. Awesome. I don't know. I've lived here for a little over 2 years. I've grown to love it in a lot of ways. You know, it's a great city if you're into struggle. Doing amazing things with trash, really reinventing the form. But I was trying to explain to a friend what it's like to live here, and to me it feels like everyone in this city is just an involuntary contestant in a reality show called So You Think You Can Exist? And then every day you just stick your head out of the little box you were assigned, and the city just like hurls experiences at your face. And it's just like, you gonna break today? Is today the day you're gonna move? What's gonna tip it? Is it gonna be the pigeon with the lazy eye? Or the homeless man who had to explain what a mortgage is to you? What's it gonna be? Feels like every day at the end of the day in New York, someone is told, please pack your dreams and go. And they're totally fine with it. Like, I'd rather be on a megabus. Get me out of here. My friend is looking for an apartment here right now, and she told me the worst real estate story I've ever heard. She was looking at a place in Bushwick. A moment of silence for Bushwick. And she looked at a place where the landlord on the tour just said very casually, oh, by the way, you're not allowed to poop in the toilet. What? And my friend is a human. So she was just like, well, how am I supposed to poop? Which I think is a really smart response in that scenario. And she was bringing her A game. And the landlord just said very matter-of-factly, oh, you poop in a paper towel and you put it in the dumpster. What? Like a well-trained monster! Like her eyes should have just started bleeding at that point, and she should have just flown out the window. Like that would have been the only logical follow-up to that statement. The worst part of the story is this, it was a $3,000 apartment. It wasn't like a Craigslist apocalypse scenario, like, whoever wants it, come squat here. Like, clearly no one's allowed to squat there in any sense of the word. I just like that that's the new state of housing here. It's not like, oh, yeah, maybe we should take a second look at our plumbing. It's like, oh no, our building is poop free. You still poop? Oh, so gauche. You haven't had your organs removed? That's the newest surgery, just going empty. It's being technically dead. That's what the rich are into now. People talk about New York moments. I think there should be a separate category called New York breaking points. I had mine a couple months ago. I was walking in Manhattan and I just saw a loose muffin that had fallen on the sidewalk. And I just kicked it really hard. I was like, I didn't know that about myself. I didn't know I was a muffin kicker. It's like a new truth I have to wrap into my identity. Like the top shot off in one direction, the body kept rolling. I was like, sick! Children, look away! Like if you see something, say something. What if it's you? What if it's you? All right, thank you guys so much. Thanks a lot.
Keep it going for Aparna, everybody, please. Thank you, Aparna. Thanks for being on the show. Let her know. Give her one round of applause right now, if you would. Aparna Nancherla, everybody.
Give a big round of applause when I introduce this next comedian. Ladies and gentlemen, always happy to have him here. A friend of mine and a very funny comedian. Give it up for Ben Kronberg. Yeah!
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Thanks. Have you ever said thank you and not meant it? I'm sorry? Have you ever said I'm sorry, not meant it? Have you ever said I love you and not meant it? Have you ever said and not meant it? I'd personally rather hear a sarcastic you than a sincere I love you. What would you rather hear? You. Or I love you. What would you rather hear? Was that a rhetorical question? Was that a rhetorical question? Was that a rhetorical question? Do you guys even know what a rhetorical question is? Was that a rhetorical question? When will it end? Do you guys know what the law of diminishing returns is? Was that a rhetorical question? Look, I don't know where all your tickle spots are, but I'm willing to touch everywhere to find out, okay? Okay? Really? Literally. My dad hasn't called back yet, that's why my phone is out. Sick of playing phone tag with that guy. He taught me how to play phone tag, he taught me how to play hide and seek. He taught me how to play that game Marco. You know? You know how they say absence makes the heart grow fonder? I guess my dad must be pretty damn fond of me then, huh? Papa? Papa? My current girlfriend makes me take a screenshot of my phone every time I text her that my battery's almost dead. How's stuff going with you? Where are you guys at with your trust and thrust? Do you guys trust who you thrust? Do you trust? Do you thrust? Do you thrust? Do you trust? Have you ever thrusted without trusting? Have you ever trusted without thrusting? You know, when you thrust without trusting, that's a hookup, right? But when you trust without thrusting, that's just a friend. I think what we're all looking for is somebody to trust and to thrust, right? Like that should be a part of wedding vows. Do you promise to trust and to thrust and to never crust? Have you ever thrusted without crusting? Have you ever done that? You know what I'm talking about. You know how when you do it and your pubes get wet? Ideally. Best case scenario. But then after you finish, you're too lazy to wipe them off. And then you fall asleep. And then when you wake up, they're crusty. And then you dust them off celebratorily. Do the crusty dusty dance. Do a little wake and flake. Do a little confetti party. Anybody? Just me? All the opening up and you guys just do all the judging? Is that what? What would you guys talk about if you were up here? Have you thought about that? If you just judge me for what I'm saying. Fudge not, lest thee be fudged. I learned that last Sunday. That was a pun. For those of you who don't know what a pun is, the definition of a pun is something that people judge you for right after you say it. It's true. I was playing croquet the other day. It was croquet. It was just croquet. That's all it was. When Luke Skywalker wears really tight pants, he gets Mark Hamill tucked. Does that make sense? Midgets that like to carve objects into wood prefer to be called whittle people. Do you think douchebags in France wear escargot shorts? Snailed it. Snailed. Snailed it. Not wishing my stepmom a happy Mother's Day is what I get my mom for Mother's Day. Does that make sense? No? If you ever want to make fun of somebody, like a guitar player, you know, there's always like guitar players everywhere. The ubiquitous performer. Whenever I want to make fun of a guitar player, I go up to him and I say, "Hey, Eric Clapton called. He wants his son back." No? You don't think he wants his son back? He'll keep the gold record? Is that what you're saying? It takes a lot to write a hit these days. Oh. Oh. Is it me, or do people with varicose veins love to wear shorts? I've never seen a person with varicose veins wearing pants. They're always wearing shorts, like all the time they insist on wearing shorts. I recently found out that my favorite rapist of all time is a comedian. It's kind of hard to take, you know. I thought he was committed to doing the thing. A lot of people don't like rape jokes, I get it. Personally, I don't like grape jokes. Here's my raisins. Do you guys want to know what the kangaroos and qualifications are for working at Outback Steakhouse? You just have to know what the marsupial of the day is. I want to open up a pizza joint that does not serve gluten-free pizza, and I'm going to call it For Real Dough. Seriously. And I want to open up a breakfast joint that only serves egg white omelets and plays John Lennon songs, and I'm going to call it Yolk. Oh no. For real though. Seriously. I bet that restaurant, the Black Angus, has to be on high alert for when the G goes out on the sign. That's the one letter they can never let go down. They hired one person just to make sure that never happens. If White Castle was a real castle, I bet the moat would be made out of diarrhea. What do you think it would be made out of? Tell me what you think. Smell me what you stink. Write that down, I just thought of that. Write that down. Oh, I want to open up a kosher deli, and I'm going to call it Chew Your Food Before You Swallow It. You look real good. Are there any Jews in here? Yeah, you better keep quiet. You've learned your lesson. That was me pretend. That's not really me. You guys know that wasn't really me, right? Right? Food in your mouth is okay. A penis in your mouth is okay. A penis in your butt is okay. But food in your butt, that's not okay. Why is that not okay? Why am I gross if I put food in my butt? Food is just future poop, right? Refrigerator is just a waiting room for poop, basically. What would you guys talk about if you were up here? All right, thank you very much. That's my...
Ben Kronberg, everybody. Thanks for doing the show, Ben. Keep it going for Ben Kronberg. One more comedian. This guy lives in Brooklyn. He works hard in Brooklyn. He's been at the Just for Laughs Montreal Comedy Festival, and we're very happy to have him here. Please give a big round of applause. My good friend and a very great comic, Doug Smith. Everybody, Doug, thanks for doing the show.
We almost lost him. This was almost his last show. Greg Johnson, everybody, come on. Man of the hour. I don't hear it. You guys still got some juice? I'm the last guy. You can go home after me. You can also go home while I'm up here, but I ask, please, that you don't. Because a lot of people already left. I just found this out. Did you guys know you can get a DUI on your bicycle? That's a real thing. Like, apparently if you're swerving too much, they can nail you. I don't know how they determine who's drunk and who just didn't have a dad. You give him a ticket, maybe he just needs a positive male influence. Get out of the car, strap some training wheels on, make that boy a man. I went to the movies with my brother-in-law recently. He's my favorite person to go to the movies with because he's an avid moviegoer. He goes like 3 times a week, but he hates watching trailers. Doesn't want to know anything about any movie he sees. So as soon as the lights dim, he plugs his ears and buries his head in his lap like this. Which, it's a great way to avoid spoilers. Even better way to get an entire row to yourself. People filing in later like, oh, honey, I think there's 2. Oh, let's give the autistic kid his space. Hasn't even been an explosion or a loud argument. He's already losing his I like to go with him just to watch people weigh their options, like they'll step up to the aisle and be like, is this guy going to be a problem here? Or it's either front row or hope his handler here keeps him in check. Then I just join in with him, Oh, there's 2 of them. Front row it is. I don't know about you guys, whenever I go to the movies, I like to get my tickets online for the senior price, save a couple bucks. Anybody else? No, you're all rich kids, huh? Okay. I've been doing it for years. It helps if you look the part. I wear my best pleated khakis and orthopedic sneakers. But I only got caught one time, and the usher was like, "Sir, these are senior tickets." I was like, "Yeah, I know." He's like, "Well, sir, you're not 65." I was like, "Flattery will get you everywhere." You are too kind. All right, you want to see my ID? Where the hell is that thing? I am getting on in years. This is the flight to Cincinnati, right? I am looking forward to getting older. I'm starting to get a little gray hair on the side. Most guys freak out when they start going gray, right? I'm actually really excited because that just means I'm one step closer to being cast as the Silver Fox bass player in a Viagra commercial jam band. I got it all mapped out. I'm going to show up, pop a couple pills, bust a funky solo with the bass a little further out than usual. I'm shredding, just set it down, be like, hell of a practice, fellas. And I'll be like, excuse me, I gotta go nail something else in one take. Alright, you guys are back. My dad told me a story last week. He told me that when he was 10 years old, his mom caught him smoking a cigarette, and so as punishment, she made him smoke the entire pack right there in front of her. And from that day forward, he was addicted to nicotine. So that worked. I would never do that to my kid if I caught him smoking. I'd probably just give him an e-cigarette, Be like, try to look cool now, sucking on that skinny, glowing robot. I have 2 adopted siblings. I have a brother who's half Japanese and a sister who's half Indian. So all of our photos together look like an ad for a community college. They're both older than me though, so I never got to break the news to them that they were adopted, which that defeats the whole purpose, right? No parent wants to break that news to their kid, but what kid doesn't want to break his sibling's heart, right? One time we got in a fight, I was like, guess what? You're adopted. They were like, guess what? Mom wanted us. Even my mom was like, point goes to the foreigners. So you're all right, but we pay good money for these 2. A little bit more about my dad. My dad lost an eye in a barbecuing accident before I was born. It's a common mishap, right? He was flipping burgers with a 2-pronged barbecue fork, slipped out of his hand, popped him in the eye. Lost the eye. Obviously should have used a spatula, but as he likes to say, hindsight's 20. That's a pretty embarrassing way to lose an eye, though. Most people have a pretty bad story. Sammy Davis Jr. was in a near-fatal car accident, right? Rapper Bushwick Bill shot in the face. Peter Smith, Labor Day cookout, doesn't like to talk about it. But there's just many can never get away with saying typical dad stuff. One time I was in the car, he was like, get your seatbelt on, I got eyes in the back of my head. I was like, ever think about letting the front of your head borrow one? Another fun fact, this is true, swear to God, my great-great-great-grandfather is none other than Ulysses S. Grant. That is true. You guys are not impressed, okay? If you're having trouble seeing the resemblance, just picture me drunk falling off a horse. He did that several times. He also died a penniless drunk, which I definitely got on lock. But his accomplishments are pretty impressive, right? Like he was a decorated general, defeated the South, won the Civil War, right? I once spent an entire game of laser tag shooting the wrong team. He, of course, went on to become president and the face of the $50 bill, and I have to see his disapproving look every time I buy drugs. Making the man proud. I saw this billboard the other day. You guys might have seen it. It said, "Is cocaine a problem for you? Call us for help." And then it showed a guy doing lines where they rolled up $100 bill. Not a problem for him, right? Call that guy for financial advice. I think cocaine's a problem if you're like doing lines to a straw while your kid stands there crying holding an undrinkable Capri Sun. It's bad parenting right there. Speaking of which, my grandfather died when I was 8 years old. My parents made a huge mistake by telling me the truth, which was that he died in his sleep. So for the next year, I was awake. Wide awake. Be like, "Doug, it's bedtime." Be like, "What's that? Dead time? No thanks." Sleep when I'm dead. I'm dead if I sleep. Just gonna stay up, make a pot of coffee, cue up The Exorcist. You guys knock yourselves out. They'd be like, "All right, we'll see you in the morning." Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know why they didn't just lie to me. You know, I would have been a good kid. I would have gone to bed on time. If I was like, "How Grandpa died?" They should have been like, "Well, he was jumping on the bed after lying about brushing his teeth and refusing to put his jammies on. And he fell and broke his neck on a G.I. Joe he left lying around. Doctors say he would have survived if only he'd taken one more bite of broccoli." Tell you guys about the first time I ever smoked weed was out of a soda can. Anyone else? All right, that's the way to do it. A lot of people don't get high their first time smoking. I definitely did. I don't think it was the weed so much as aluminum and paint. That'll do the trick, right? But I was at my buddy's house. I was like 19, and I was like, "Dude, don't you have like a bomb or a joint or something?" He's like, "No, man, if my mom finds out I'm in hot water." I was like, "What do you think she's going to think this is?" Like, she's going to walk into his room and be like, "Geez, Jason loves drinking Sprite so much, when he's done drinking a can, he punches holes in the side of it to suck out the last few drops. And when the can is bone dry, he gets so angry there's no more Sprite, he tries to set the can on fire." Kid loves Sprite. I got a big fight with my lady the other day, and this being said, sometimes I wish you were a man so I could punch you in the face. Which is the meanest thing she's ever said to me. It's pretty harsh. I suppose I had it coming though. I'm not like the most macho dude in the world. Like sometimes I think about taking those natural male enhancement pills, you know, like, well, I'll get those spam emails, right? I know they don't enhance your size. What if they enhance your manliness in other ways? You know, like what if 2 weeks in, your the same, but suddenly you know how to like install shelves and shit? That'd be great. People would be like, "Hey, all those pills working out." I'd be like, "Well, nothing's changed here, but you know what has grown? Her respect for me." I'll take that. A lot of guys like girls with accents, right? Accents are sexy. I was walking down the street the other day. I heard this one guy turn to his buddy. He's like, "Yo, man, I love a girl with an accent." He's like, "Puerto Rican could roll up on me, tell me she had AIDS. If she was rolling them R's, I would still hit that." And I thought, where in that sentence can you roll your R's? I turn them into some sort of a pickup line, like, "Hey, Poppy, I got AIDS. Do you want to contract it from me?" I thought that was someone else, and I was like, "Oh, all right, they're into me," and I thought it was great, and I was like, "I'll take it." I have another buddy who's dating this girl, And it's only been like a week or so, and he's having her over for dinner this week. He's gonna cook for her, and I was like, oh, that's big time, man. What are you gonna make for her? He's like, one of my specialties, rice and beans. I was like, oh yeah, that's a real panty dropper. Just gonna show up and be like, smells good, what's for dinner? He's like, a side dish, what'd you bring? Gonna take 2 bites, but who taught you how to open a can and boil water like this? Is this a family recipe, or did you grow up in a Mexican orphanage? I went there last year, and I really want to bring some weed with me on the trip. And I told a buddy of mine, he's like, dude, I don't think you need to bring weed to Mexico. Pretty sure you can get something there. I was like, no, man, I'm up for the challenge. I'm not going to do something stupid like tape it to my leg or stick it in my shampoo bottle. I'm going to put some in a condom, gulp it down, and poop it out when I get there, like a mature 32-year-old man does, right? And he was like, dude, I don't think you have to go to all that trouble. Just, stick it in your butthole. And I had the gayest possible response to an already pretty gay suggestion, which was, no, I want it deeper inside of me. So that is what I did the night before my flight, and 24 hours later, there it was, worked like a charm. Only problem is that was not the first bowel movement that I made while I was down there. There was one prior to that I eagerly rummaged through, hoping to hit pay dirt, not the winning ticket. But, I will tell you this, best thing about pooping out your own weed, nobody wants to share it with you. That is all yours. All right, you guys hung in there. I appreciate it. Good night, thank you.
Hey, Doug Smith, a good friend, great comedian, let him know, please. Thank you, Doug. Thanks for being on the show. Doug from Brooklyn. Give it up for him, everybody, please. One more time. Hey, guys, give it up for yourselves one more time. That's the end of the show. We're here every Thursday. Let him know. Let him know. Let him know!